So you are still treating the symptoms.
Treating the symptoms.
The symptoms, yeah. But you're not getting rid of the illness. That's not how it works. That will take you a long time. It will simply not work. Because the illness is me. Me is, I am the body idea, the ego sense. So you're trying to heal the ego and to relieve the ego from its sense of guilt and all that stuff. But still there is a sense of pride. There is guilt and pride. These are the two sides of the same coin. Are you following?
Yes, I do, and I see that sometimes.
Yes.
That it's a game of mind with punishment and treatment, like healing. And sometimes I see that, but the game is running. So
you keep on saying the same thing. I see that, I see that, I see that. You see, the one that sees the I that sees that. You have to see the one that sees the I that sees that. That is the seer and the seen as the mind. Seer and seen is the mind. Are you following? The mind. It's like the mind. If the mind is seeing itself, this will never end. It will never end because the mind keeps on seeing things within itself. See, and thinking about it, trying to fix it, trying to solve it, try to understand it, try to transcend it, try to rationalize it.
In that book that you gave me, it said how to kind of get rid of superimposition to like to make interruption in the circle, like changing with a different pattern, not the pattern, but with a different, let's say, feeling.
I don't know. You will have to bring the book or show me the book in that particular place to make sure that you are not distorting what is written in the book, because I don't know. Just get rid of the I. That's what I'm saying. The body identity has to go. Otherwise, this vicious circle will never end.
Let's get rid of the I.
I am the body. This thought has to go. This idea has to go. This belief has to go. You're superimposing yourself a limitation. Right? You're limiting yourself to that particular form. You are the self. That's a simple truth. You are the self. You believe to be the body. That's all. As long as this idea is there, because for you to be the self is an idea still. Maybe you had a glimpse, but it's completely forgotten. And it's buried. That memory is buried under all what you are doing now. Whatever it is that you are doing in the meantime, I don't know what you're doing, but it's a mind game. It's the mind playing with the mind. Psyche is playing with psyches. That's not how it works. You have to become aware of your reality. And then the mind stops. All that stops. You don't think about it. You don't think about what you did right. You don't think about what you did wrong because you haven't done anything. The whole idea of doing or not doing and doing it right and doing it wrong is based on body identity, ego sense. You are not a doer, means you are a mere witness. You are the absolute reality. This is the only thing that you need to know is who you are. That's all. Know yourself and everything else is gone. And what are you going to do with the previous lives and all the deeds in the previous life and the goods and the bads? And And what are you going to do with the good things that you do? Still, all that is going to play out. If the ego sense is not gone. And you go and read books, and then you make you make up things, and then you go along with it. I told you, so you make your own interpretation and you follow that. This is why I'm asking you. So you want to talk to me? Fine. I don't mind to talk to you. You ask me the question, I will answer, but like the question for me is the same. Will you follow any of the advice that is given, or you gonna go on your way?
Actually, you're absolutely right, and I started to see that my mind is interpreting things in its own way, and kind of corrupting that. Like makes its own reality, which is
what reality?
Which is not reality. Yeah, makes its own fantasy.
Yes, yes.
But when I see that, is that like, am I on the right way that I see?
Who is? But this is what you don't understand. This is what you have to question. This I'm on the right way. I am on the wrong way. Who is on the way where? See, who is the who? Who is the person? It's only the thought I. It's only the thought I. It's that simple. It's only the thought I. That's the person. The thought I. If the ego is gone, you keep on thinking, but you are not thinking that you are a person. That's the whole point. You know that you are the self, and you use your mind for the practicality of daily life when it is necessary. It's no longer I doesn't mean person anymore. Individual, ego, somebody, right? Body, or even a soul. Right? I doesn't mean anything anymore. It's only a thought.
Question. Is it, let's say, for me, yeah, maybe not for everyone, but for me, is it, let's say, okay to concentrate on the feeling, let's say, just feeling without any ideas, just feeling of, let's say, your goodness, not goodness, but let's say sense of love, sense of peace.
How can you know what love is? First, you need to know what love is and what peace is. How can you put attention in something that you know? So you're going to create an idea of love and peace, and you're going to meditate on it. So you say, for me, again, you're doing it again. For me, I don't know for everybody else, but for me, can I do this for me? So you ask me something, okay, and straight away you say, can I do whatever I want? By all means, do whatever you want. If you're going to do whatever you want, then why you ask for advice? Save me all the energy of. Can I focus on the feeling of love? You see, you want a good feeling, see, and you want to hold. You want pleasure. You want a particular sensation which is nice, and you want to hold it somehow, and feel it all the time. And I'm sorry, but life doesn't work that way. Life is pleasure and pain. That's it. Life is life. Sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's rough and tough. Sometimes it's pleasant, sometimes very unpleasant. So it is people. So circumstances are always going to change this way or that way. Can I be in peace? See, with whatever happens.
Because
To be in peace with whatever happens, you have to know yourself as peace, right? Not something that you're going to feel it or you're going to experience. It's your own self. So and then what am I telling you again? You need to know yourself. See, but you want to experience something, right? And you want to hold it. Can I hold to this feeling? You said, right? That there is I, And there is something that you want to hold. See? And for that, you have to make an effort to hold this. And you're going to create this feeling. You're going to make an effort to create this feeling, and then you're going to make an effort to hold this feeling. And you will never do that permanently. Even the I that is trying to do that is not permanent. It disappears in deep sleep. So who is this I? You question this I, and you realize it is not that. And everything else goes away. Everything goes away. Because you think that you are something different than what you are, which is a self. You think you are something different than what you are. So you have to stop thinking that you are something different than what you are. Thinking that you are whatever it is that you think you are, this, that, or the other. Or like this and like that. I am, that's the truth. I am this or that, like this or like that. That is ignorance. Right? So ignorance has to go. And ignorance includes the ignorant, right? Who wants something for me, for myself. It's going to be for myself again. It's going to be selfish, right? It's another selfish motivation. Something nice for me. I told you, I can't compromise this.
That's good. I mean, I see how.
That's how it is. This is how it
how
is.
I want to run away.
Exactly. You want to run away. This is what you haven't come for weeks. Because you want what you want. And here you know you can't get it.
Actually, like, so you told me, like, you gave me a straight advice and I'm not following it. So,
You don't follow it.
huh?
You don't follow it.
Yeah, you gave me a straight advice.
And you do whatever you want.
And I didn't follow it.
Yes.
So I cannot show up. Like, how can I show up if I'm not following your advice?
You can show up or you cannot show up. You can follow the advice or not follow the advice. I am here. I live here. People come, ask questions. I answer the questions. That's all. For me to tell people don't come or go, they have to act very stupidly for me to do something like that. It hasn't happened yet. But people can come, people can go, people cannot come or whatever. That's fine. See, they ask a question, I give an answer. What people do with that, that's up to them. And I can't do anything about it. I can't help it. People understand, what can I do? People don't understand, what can I do? People misinterpret it, distort it, twist it, what can I do? So you're running away from yourself. That's a funny part. You're running away from what you actually want, which is what you are. You want peace and love, and this is what you are. But you're running away, trying to hold on, see, to a feeling of peace and love that you are going to create because you don't know it. If you don't know what you are, you don't know what love and peace is. So you are what you want. What everybody's looking for is themselves. Believe it or not, in any experience, okay, you want satisfaction. And from that satisfaction, you feel happy. You feel whole, complete. See, you feel yourself. I mean, not feel it, you know yourself. That's yourself. But even when you want that, you go in the opposite direction instead. Because you feel that you are your ego. Unconsciously, you want to keep your ego.
True.
Yes.
I saw it.
Then I can't help you to keep your ego. You don't need any help to keep your ego. Everybody can do that by themselves. They don't need me for that. Right? Nobody needs me to keep their ego. If they want to get rid of the ego, I may say something, which is, it doesn't exist. The ego doesn't exist. Look for it and become aware that it doesn't exist. See what the ego is. Switch on the light and see, who is this I? Like the rope and the snake. Switch on the light and you will see, and look at for the snake. Look at the snake and you will see that there is no snake. There is only a rope. So, if there was never a snake, how can you get rid of the snake that never existed? So if there was never an ego, how can you get rid of an ego that never existed? This is how you get rid of the ego, to becoming aware of the fact that it doesn't exist.
Sometimes I can see that as well. Like, probably it's a pure mind, which you call it.
Now you are,
pure mind is still ego.
your pure mind is still is mind. The self is neither pure nor impure. Self simply is. I don't know why they call it pure consciousness. It's not pure, it is. Or pure awareness. What is the word pure there? There's no space for purity there. Purity is already still is impurity, still is a quality, right? A characteristic. An attribute. The self is attributeless. It cannot be attributed even purity. Peace in this context means nothing. See? Silence. It is what the absolute is. It's absolute silence. Can be created, this can be produced. See?
That's what I also understand. Like, it's unimaginable. Yeah, it's unproductible. It's
Yes. Now you are possessed by the philosopher in you. As bro, I can see it. That's my job. My job is to see it. My job is to put the mirror in front of you. If you see the image of yourself and realize that you are not the image, that's enough. I only can put the mirror. Here it is. There is your philosopher talking. The philosopher in you. It's just an empty conversation. It will not lead you to any understanding. It will just reinforce the ego. This is why I straight away have a look. This is why you don't come, because you don't like that. You don't want anybody to rub the ego in your face. Somebody has to do it, right? If you can't see it, somebody has to see it and show it to you. Look. This is one of the masks of the ego in you, one of the many. So if you don't want any mask, you have to cut off the face. You have to cut off the head. So no mask can be attached to it, right? So what is the face? I, or I am the body. You remove that face. No mask can be attached to that face anymore. Kill the chameleon and it cannot take any shape or color. If it is not there, how can what is not there take another shape or color? Go.
Desire, right?
Hmm?
Desire,
I. Desire needs I. I'm not talking about desire. I'm talking about I. I is the root of desire. Without I, there is no desire. I'm pointing to the root of the problem, not to the consequence. I'm talking about the illness, not about the symptom. Desire is a symptom. The illness is me. So this feeling of love and peace that you were mentioning before, that you want to hold it, that's what you desire. Right? And you're going to produce what you desire, and then you're going to hold on to it for, I don't know, another 1,000 incarnations. In reality, you just need to understand this. If you are the self, being the self, what you have to do to be what you are. But when I say or tell this truth, it doesn't enter. The mind is blank or dull or something. See, let it pass. It doesn't let it in.
how to
No,
take it in,
there's no how take it in. Either
otherwise you're taking on
either you're taking or you don't. Right?
I'm trying to understand it with the mind.
You cannot understand. I am trying. You're trying something. That's the problem. Is you are listening. What you are listening will kill you. See, if we drop that the ego, not you. The ego. You means the ego. We drop that, there and then. Just imagine, I don't know how I don't know if you're aware of that mind game taking place there.
Once again,
I don't know if you're aware of the extraordinary big mind game that is happening there. That you cross the entire planet to do something, and then you do the exactly opposite. You go to China to learn how to make rice noodle, right? And in China, you go to an Italian restaurant and start learning how to cook pizza. It amounts to that. You don't know if you're aware of that stuff. For me, it's like as clear as these walls. I just can point it out. That's all. Cesar is just a finger that points to yourself and to your non-self. Remember when you wanted to give me the donations at the beginning, I said, no, don't give me anything now. At the end, if you're happy, you give me something. Otherwise, I don't want you to waste your money. because I knew that this is going to be tough.
Remember you told me. No. Mine is cycling, yeah, all the time. Having a flashbacks, it's okay, right? It's normal. Like something might show up.
Anything can show up. Who cares? That's the question. Who cares?
I mean, just showed up and okay, and I come back to myself, about the sense of self.
You are yourself. Everything shows up, and what shows up disappears. Everything appears and disappears. It can be beautiful, it can be ugly. It can be materialized now as a life circumstance, or it can be a feeling, emotion, a thought, an image, a memory. It can be anything. Anything appears and disappears. So between what appears and disappears and me, what sees all that, then who am I? Obviously, I am that. You are already that which sees what appears and disappears, what changes. So then who cares about that?
And the mind, my mind, is holding on something and doesn't want to change, right?
By doing it, what you did already is the way to keep it. Oh, something shows up. What shows up? There is nothing there. Only you are there. Nothing else is there. Only you are real. Nothing else is real. Therefore, it's not there. When you look at yourself in the mirror, is anybody there in the mirror? If you look at yourself in the mirror,
I'm looking.
yes, you are looking, there is a, you can see the reflection. Is anybody there? Look at the reflection of yourself. Is anybody actually there?
I don't know.
Then, who is there? You, right? So that is the mind, the reflection of yourself. Oh, the mind is there. You is there. You see the snake there? Right? That's what I'm trying to point at. Who is there? There's nobody there. See? If you believe somebody's there, then you have to do something about it, right? Go and try to clean the image in the mirror. Try and see how it goes. So what is the result of that? Clean it, make it nicer, and see. So what? Dress it up nicely. See, put it makeup, right? Put it ashes on the forehead. Look at yourself in the mirror and dress that image as you like it. What does it? Nothing. It makes nothing. It does nothing. That's what I'm saying. This is spirituality. This is what people play with. See, with the reflection, with the image, and they make it nice. Want a nice image of myself. By all means, go on. Enjoy it. Good luck on that. This is what you want. That was the beginning of the conversation. If I see something, because you're talking about the illusion, the reflection in the mirror. What, see, shall I do this or that? I don't know. Why do you want to do something about something that is not even there? What you is there, and what you are is already perfect. Perfect, blissful, absolute existence. Needs nothing, to add nothing, see, to realize nothing, to change nothing, to become nothing, to achieve nothing, to get rid of nothing. Just be what you are. Just be. Not even think that you are. You are.
But in Matrix,
Ah,
the word of Morpheus in Matrix was the same.
you bring in.
Huh?
You bring in now matrix here.
Sorry, my mind.
Your mind, yes, your mind. This is what you have to see.
Our place with
As it arises. See, the mind arises. Like now, it arises. Right? Then the attention must be where it arises and to whom it arises. And from, see, it arises from you, isn't it?
yes.
Then you are the source. Then remain as the source. Or keep on looking at yourself, which is the source, until you know what yourself actually is. Otherwise, you look at yourself until you know that it's yourself. If it is yourself, you don't have to look at yourself. You look at yourself. It's what you are. You look at yourself until you remain as yourself. And that's so silly because you always remain as yourself. You're just confusing yourself with the body. That confusion is the mind. The mind is confusion. I am the body. Is confusing yourself. Is confusing the self is the body. Mind is confusion. And the confusion wants clarity. Not possible. Confusion has to go. See? It's like confusion cannot get clarity. Confusion goes, right? And there is no clarity. If there is no confusion, there is no clarity. See? There is no outcome. See, nothing is going to come out of this. Nothing. Self-realization is not an outcome of something. It's to know yourself as the self that you already, even right here, right now, are.
actually
Sure.
had a, let's say, an experience of and like the answer, but still okay. There is like
We're looking in the memory book now.
huh?
We're looking at the memory book, looking at the photo album of your experiences. Come on.
So it doesn't matter.
Let's see. So, go on.
So I had that kind of experience.
Yes.
But there is me, which is kind of huge man, and there is me as this pattern which is low and like stuck, and this big me is going up, kind of trying to pull that small I from that, but that small I is holding something.
That's me divided in two, playing with itself.
Yeah.
Yes. Big me and small me. See? I am. See, nobody's interested in themselves. Self-interest. Self-observation.
Voices in the head. It's doesn't matter.
They must be heard from somewhere.
Yes.
This is where you have to look at. And who hears the voices in the head? Then give the attention on the I. You to know what I actually is. What I actually means. Straight away, you know that it's not the voice in your head. Straight away, that thought is not I. That I is what sees the thoughts, if they are there. If they are not there, then what is there to see? And when you know what the mind is, even if the mind is there, you see nothing because it's actually not there. If I see a reflection in the mirror, I don't see anybody there because nobody is there. Even if the reflection is there, there's nobody there.